Welcome to Britain Fights Back, and thanks for tuning in. Just have a listen to this.
Took away responsibility for those investigations from the force, but would she confirm that the national inquiry will look at the role of the police not only in cover-ups but in the crimes themselves?
Absolutely, yeah. The South Yorkshire Police should never have been left to investigate themselves in this matter, and so yes, moving over to the NCA is the absolutely right thing to do. But I would be lying if I said that over the years I have not met girls who talk to me about how police were part of the perpetration, not just the cover-up.
That was Jess Phillips, our safeguarding minister, admitting in Parliament that she was aware that some of the police were actually perpetrators, not just part of the whole cover-up. We have to ask ourselves why she didn't report her findings. Why, in the name of sweet Fanny Adams, did she do nothing? As the Labour inquiry has sadly, predictably stalled, and the horrendous cover-up turns to nothing but whispered suspicions, a deep sigh of relief is heard by those in power involved. True time for the inquiry is running out as more and more evidence will slowly be misplaced, Tipp-Ex'd out or destroyed. Look, we all know what went on, and it's still going on, and we know who the main perpetrators are. But what we don't know, and this is why Labour's inquiry will amount to nothing, and that's the names of the social workers, police and solicitors that covered up the continuous and torturous abuse of our children. Painfully slowly, more atrocities are coming to light, in the main thanks to citizen journalists who have shown more balls than any government in the last 28 years, when this rape of Britain's children was first ignored. This is ex-Telford Police Inspector Jim Bayliss. He was seen taking money from Pakistani heritage gangs. Survivor Nicola and her father were witnesses. Nicola was raped and beaten for years. The charges were dropped, despite DNA evidence, and we need to know why.
So you witnessed Jim Bayliss take money?
It's calm. In 2014, we were taken to the middle floor of Mallinsgate Police Station to a meeting in regards to the progress of this case. When I walked into that meeting, I recognised this man. This man got dodgy left eye, slick back grey hair, tartan jacket, white shirt, open. And the first words he said was, "Take as much information off that man before he leaves this building." And he left. The penny dropped. I remembered him from Oakengate's Spice Lounge. He took the payout, the payday, from Gufraz Khan. That man was under investigation for money laundering, tax evasion, trafficking of drugs, trafficking of girls. And the whole investigation of 5 years completely collapsed.
I have two witnesses who saw you at Spice Lounge restaurant taking envelopes of money off of Gulfrest Khan and Mohammed Charlie Khan. What do you have to say to those allegations? Mr. Bayliss, this is your right to reply. Over 200 men's names were identified by your police investigation, but only 11 were charged. Why is that? Did you have anything to do with the case is collapsing? Mr. Bayliss, this is your opportunity to answer the questions. You have nothing to say. Do you think men should have been prosecuted for the rape of children in Telford? Did you play your part in making sure they didn't?
So who is this Gulfraz Khan seen passing money to Bayliss? Well, the Solicitors Regulation Authority imposed interim conditions on the practising certificate of solicitor Gulfraz Khan. Yes, he's a solicitor. They've now restricted the scope of his legal practice while regulatory proceedings are still ongoing. The decision was published around 6 weeks ago, and it affects Khan in his role at Blackwell's Solicitors Limited, a name to remember. They're based in Keighley, West Yorkshire. Gulfraz Khan, who calls himself British, is barred from undertaking any criminal work, including representing clients or attending police stations, magistrates' court, crown courts or prisons. Blakewell Solicitors of Keighley, unlike many other legal firms, do not show the faces of their directors or solicitors. This is me selling handmade soap up at the Square and Compass, Wortham at Travers in Dorset. Here's another shot as a kid in Louth Hills. Here's my dog Bertie. Why hide your face unless there's a reason? And what reason could there be other than dishonesty? Here's another director of Blackwell Solicitors, again no photo, Ansar Khan. He was convicted by Sheffield's Magistrates Court in 2015 on 2 harassment charges. According to those in the know, Mr. Khan, who continues to work at Blakewell Solicitors in Keighley, indeed he's one of the directors, unsuccessfully appealed his conviction, and in fact his sentence was increased to 3 months custodial sentence, suspended for 2 years. He was also made subject to a restriction order preventing him from contact with his victim. While many Telford Pakistani heritage rape scumbags were arrested, for example Mohammed Sultan, the less said about this piece of filth the better, and there's his mate Adil Ali. Many got off owing to lack of evidence. Enter Telford's ex-police inspector Jim Bayliss and his dodgy solicitor friend. It is a painfully slow process, but nothing compared to the suffering our children were forced to endure. Where there is evidence and witness testimony, we must speak up. Again, I turn my attention to the Pakistani heritage communities, in particular to its women, in towns and villages across the UK. If you have information about the rape of our children, no matter how slight your suspicions may be, please call Crime Stoppers. I'll leave details in the box below. It's anonymous. Nobody will know you've phoned. You simply give the details to hand. Please do all the good stuff like share, like and subscribe, and together with your help and the steadfast commitment of citizen journalists, we will get justice. But for now, as always, I'll just say stay calm, stay safe, and let's chat again soon.